Hello friends, welcome to GVK Academy channel. Today we are going to discuss question series Fluid Mechanics, Fluid Statics Part 2. Coming to first question, when a floating body is turned slightly about an axis causing more displacement towards one side and as a consequence the center of buoyancy takes a shift and gives rise to stable equilibrium. So from this question we need to catch this word stable equilibrium. In previous video I already explained what is stable equilibrium, unstable and neutral equilibrium. Once again we will discuss here. So this is a floating object or floating body. If there are 3 points, metacentric point, center of gravity and buoyancy point. If metacentric point above the center of gravity, it is called stable equilibrium state or stable condition. If metacentric point and center of gravity point coincides, then it is called as neutral condition or neutral equilibrium. If the metacentric point below the center of gravity, then this condition is unstable condition. So in given question saying stable equilibrium, so from option metacentric, metacenter point above this center of gravity, so option B is the correct answer. Next question, center of buoyancy. Center of buoyancy is the point through which buoyancy force acts, and it is a centroid of the displaced volume of liquid. Let us say it is a floating body. This floating body displaces this fluid. So this is a displaced fluid. Its centroid point is called as the center of buoyancy. So from option centered of the displaced volume of liquid, so option B is the correct answer. Next question, a submerged body in liquid is subjected to a buoyancy force equal to, asking what is buoyancy force. We know that buoyancy force equal to density of liquid into volume of liquid displaced. And this buoyancy force acts upward. So from option B, option C, option D are weight of liquid displaced, but it is acting upward, so option B is the correct answer. Next question, water displaced by a floating wooden block of density 0.75, length 5 meter, width 2 meter, height 3 meter given. So what is asking? Water displaced means volume of water displaced due to this floating wooden block. So what is given? So here given as density, no, not density, specific gravity given 0.75 and length given 5 meter, width of the block 2 meter and height of the block 3 meter. We know that specific gravity of fluid into volume displaced of the fluid is equal to specific gravity of the block into total volume of the block. So volume displaced of fluid is equal to specific gravity of block given 0.75 and the fluid is water, so specific gravity of water is 1 into total volume. How much volume? 5 into 2 into 3. So if you solve it, you will get it as 22.5 meter cube. So option C is the correct answer. So next question. A metal block is thrown into a deeper lake. As it sinks deeper in water, the buoyant force acting on it. What is asking question is, if the metal block, if we thrown it into a deeper lake, then whether any change in the effect of buoyant force or not, whether it is increase, decrease, remains same. So what is the change of the buoyant force if a metal block thrown into the deeper of the lake? So we know that buoyancy force is equal to density of fluid into volume of fluid displaced by the floating or submerged body. Let us say this is a free surface, here is the body. So water displaced by this body will be this much. If we kept deeper in deeper, the volume displaced of fluid will be the same, because the shape or size of the body will not be is not changing, therefore the volume displaced at every depth will be same, so there will be no change in the buoyant force. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to dash mercury. So easily we can say that 760 mm of mercury is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. So here we also note some points. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 760 mm of Hg, and 1 atmospheric pressure also equal to 10.3 meter of water. Also 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 1 bar, also is equal to 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. So anything may be asked, so be remember. Next question. The water total pressure per meter length on the vertical masonry wall of the dam. So asking total pressure on the vertical masonry wall. So here is the wall. So here is the water. So what is the total pressure acting on this wall? We know the total pressure formula. F is equal to unit weight into area into center of the body from free surface. F is equal to unit weight. Let's consider the wall height is h. So h into unit width into h by 2. So F is equal to W into H square by 2. So from option C is the correct answer. So next question, the center of pressure for a vertically immersed surface lies at a distance equal to dash the center of gravity. What is asking in this question is the point of center of pressure locate at what distance from its center of gravity. So let's suppose this is a free surface and there is a body, vertically immersed body, and this is a center of the body from free surface. This is a center point CG, and this is center of pressure point. This height will be h star distance. We know that center of pressure height is equal to h bar plus Ig sin square theta by h bar. So it is the h distance and this distance will be this. So center of pressure point is below the center of gravity by distance equal to Ig by h bar. So from option A is the correct answer. Next question, when a fluid is at rest, the fluid pressure at any point in it is same in all direction. This law is called, it is called Pascal law. So option A is the correct answer. So next question, in fluid pressure measurement 1 bar is equal to, so 1 bar equal to 10 to the power of 5 Pascal or 100 kilopascal. So option A is the correct answer. So next question, the depth of center of pressure for a rectangular lamina immersed in a fluid up to a depth h is. So in this question asking the center of pressure. So from question, this is a rectangular lamina and this is the height given. So center of pressure will act at a distance of 2/3 of h. So option B is the correct answer. It is a standard case. So let us discuss some standard cases. You need to remember this is. For rectangular lamina, center of pressure will be at 2/3 of h. Second, for a triangle like this, center of pressure will be at h/2 distance. Third, for a triangle like this, center of pressure will be at a 3/4 of h distance. And next, circle of diameter d of h d only. So center of pressure is equal to 5 by 8 into d. So these are the standard cases. For other cases, you need to apply the formula. Next question, barometer is used to measure. Barometer is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. Option B is the correct answer. So next question, a vertical wall is subjected to a pressure due to liquid on one of its side. So following statement, which of the statement is correct? So this is a wall. There is a liquid on one side of it. The pressure will vary linearly. At the top, pressure will be 0, and at bottom, pressure will be maximum. So from option, increase parabolically, no, linearly it will vary. So here also parabolically, so it is also wrong. The pressure on the bottom of the wall is 0, no, at bottom maximum. So from option C is the pressure on the wall at the liquid level is 0, yes, and on the bottom is maximum. So option C is the correct answer. So next question, a water tank contains 1.3 meter deep water. Okay, the pressure exerted by the water per meter length on the tank. There is a tank, there is a water level 1.3 meter. So what is asking? The pressure exerted by water on this tank. We know the formula, F is equal to gamma into A into H bar. So F is equal to, what is unit weight of water? 9.81 into area, height into unit width, and center of the tank 1.3 meter by 2 is equal to, if we solve, we will get it as 8.28 kilonewton, which can be approximately written as 8.3 kilonewton. So from option B is the correct answer. So next question, a rectangular plate of size 3 meter, 2 meter is immersed vertically in water such that the horizontal side of 2 meter is 1.5 meter below the water surface. The center of pressure is at a depth below the water surface. So what is given? The free surface, rectangular plate. This is 3 meter. This is 2 meter. And it is 1.5 meter below from free surface. And centroid will be H bar is equal to 3 meter. So what is center of pressure? H bar plus Ig sin square theta by A H bar. So what is Ig? BD cube by 12. For rectangular, BD cube by D cube by 12. So what is width? 2, depth 3 power of 3 by 12. If you solve, we will get it as 4.5 meter power of 4. Then area will be 3 into 2, so 6 meter square. So put it in the formula. H bar will be 3 meter plus Ig 4.5. So theta will be the 90 degree. So sine squared 90 will be the 1 by area 6 and H bar is 3 is equal to, if we solve, we get it as 3.25 meter. So from option B is the correct answer. So next question, when the pressure intensity at a point is more than the local atmospheric pressure, then the difference of these two pressure is called. So before this, we understand the concept related to this. So this is the pressure and this is absolute zero pressure. So this is the local atmospheric pressure. Given some pressure above the local atmospheric pressure and one more pressure below the local atmospheric pressure. If we measure any pressure with reference to local atmospheric pressure, that is called as gauge pressure. If we measure above the local atmospheric pressure, it is called as positive gauge pressure. If we measure below local atmospheric pressure, this is called as negative gauge pressure. Or vacuum pressure. Or suction. If we measure the pressure with respect to the absolute zero pressure, then we called as absolute pressures. These two are absolute pressure. So whenever pressure is measured with respect to local atmospheric pressure, then we say that in terms of gauge pressure, whether positive or negative. If we measure the pressure with respect to absolute zero pressure, then that pressure called as absolute pressure. In question asking the difference in pressure between the local atmospheric pressure and the pressure above the local atmospheric pressure, that is the positive gauge pressure. So from option C is the correct answer. Next question, the atmospheric pressure at sea level is, so 760 mm mercury. And also remember, if we say in terms of water, then it should be 10.3 meter of water. So next question. The height of a column equivalent to the pressure of 0.15 megapascal. The question, pressure given in 0.15 megapascal, so asking in the height terms. So from hydrostatic law, we have pressure is equal to rho into G into H or gamma into H. So pressure given 0.15 Newton per mm square. So is equal to, so what is the unit weight of water? 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube into height. So 0.15 Newton per mm square is equal to 9.81 into 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton per mm cube. So converting meter cube into mm cube into H. H is equal to 10 to the power of 9 into 0.15 by 9.81 into 10 to the power of 3. If we solve, we will get it as 15290.51 mm. So if we write in meter, it will be 1.53 meter. So from option A is the correct answer. Next question. Pascal's hydrostatic law of pressure distribution in a fluid is. So here there is a confusion may arise, that is Pascal law and Pascal hydrostatic law both are different. So Pascal law means pressure at a point is equal to, pressure at a point is equal in all directions. At a point the pressure will be equal in all directions, that is Pascal law. So asking Pascal hydrostatic law. That is pressure is a function of depth only. Independent of the shape of the boundary, so shape of the body. So we know that pressure is equal to rho into G into H from hydrostatic law. So it is, these both are constant. So it is the pressure only depending on the height. From option, pressure distribution in a fluid a function of depth only and independent of shape of the body. So option B is the correct answer. So next question, the magnitude of hydrostatic force on one side of a circular surface of unit area with the centroid 10 meter below a free water density is given rho, surface is. So it is a free surface and the circular surface centroid will be at a distance 10 meter below free surface and area given as unit, so 1 meter square. So hydrostatic force equal to F is equal to rho into G into A into H. So F is equal to rho into G into unit area and centroid is at 10 meter distance. Therefore F is equal to 10 into rho into G. So it is equal to 10 rho G. So option B is the correct answer. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel, like it and share it. Join the Telegram group where I will share the PDF. Link is given in the description. Thank you.